What if you could run a marathon before anyone else? Not because it's a secret race, not because it's exclusive, but because the marathon does not officially exist yet. In October, hundreds of runners will line up for the very first Hangklip Marathon. But today, there's no start line, no crowd, and no race to follow. It's just me, heading out alone to discover what this route is really like. Will it be fast? Will it be tougher than it looks? And is it worth adding to your race calendar? Let's get running. Got to whisper because people are still asleep. Getting ready, getting all the gear together. Early morning breakfast, got to have that. But let's get some snacks in the body and get on the road and let's talk about what's going to happen. Right, firstly, in the morning, energizing snack. Works for me, peanut butter and honey. And next up, a beer to hydrate me. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, we're going to have a revive. This is really useful. It's got electrolytes and take them along with me as well on the run. So I'm just going to have a nice glass of that. Right, all set. Well, it's only 12 degrees out there. And the good news is that the sun is coming up, which is very exciting. And we are off to start our marathon. Running towards the sunrise, which is always pleasant. I always find it interesting because this is the route I'm going to be running, backwards and forwards. It reminds me of routes like the Comrades, where there's that psychology, especially if you used to live down in Westville and we'd have to drive up sometimes for the down run all the way up to Peter Maritzburg, and you realize, everything I'm driving I'm going to have to run. Well, that's the case today. Right, managed to park the car. It's quiet and we are at the start. Let's get this run on the way and let's talk about it. Coming up soon in October is the very first Hangklip Marathon. Runs here from Kleinmond to Betty's Bay and back. Well, we've decided to do a route test. We have done this route a few times, but not exactly this one. So I've driven to the start. I'm going to do my best to follow the route so we can test out what potentially could be one of the most beautiful marathons as it runs all the way along the coast and beautiful Clarence Drive. Kleinmond is waking up. It is now just before 8. I normally do this a lot earlier, but as I said, I wanted to wait for light. The official first Hangklip Marathon is going to be in October, so I ended up starting at 7:30. I think that's at 6:30, so it'll probably be a similar lighting. But you start in the beautiful town of Kleinmond. Well, that's 5 kilometers done, and we are just leaving Kleinmond. We're now just going to head out and enjoy this beautiful scenic route along Clarence Drive, framed by sea and mountains. It's not just the beautiful sea views and the mountains you've got, but you've also got the stunning fynbos all along this route. So many people run for a time. Our approach is run for a fun time, enjoyment. That's what a lot of this marathon a month challenge has been about. Partly, can you just keep running because it's so fun and not hurt yourself? And considering this is number 9, we had a huge month last month. Yes, if you have the right approach. Why would I want to wake up early in the morning and run this? It's wow, who wouldn't? I mean, look at this. It's just so invigorating. And if you can run in the right way, you can just keep doing it. You don't injure yourself. I'm not trying to chase anything. I'm doing it because it's just so amazing, so incredible. After a really flat start, we're now dropping down towards the Palmite River, and it's going to be beautiful down there. Absolutely stunning views. This is why I wake up early. This is why I keep doing it, because you get to enjoy it, especially in the early hours of the morning. Even though this is later than I normally get up. Wow, look at that. And the sun just painting the mountains up ahead. That is why you want to do this marathon. Stunning. From the beautiful Palmite River, the route now rises a bit as we go past Kochelberg. And this is a good time in the running easy approach to make sure you're trying easier. Trying easier means walk before you're tired, not because you're tired. But the last thing you want to do is burn yourself out at the start. So, a nice walk up this hill, get the heart rate down, make sure I'm well within my zone, and then I'm going to carry on enjoying the run. One technique a lot of runners use, especially on a hill. How do you eat a hill? Same way you eat an elephant. Piece by piece. You walk, light pole to light pole, and then run the next one. So, got a light pole coming up here, and we're going to start running again. It's 8:30, the first time we're going to get into a little bit of sun here on the road. That's because it's July, we just passed the shortest day of the year. That's why it's a bit hard to start really early. Normally I'm running in these months with a torch. We decided to do this one in the light, but still, we haven't even reached the sun yet. And a lot of the route, we'll see later on, will still be in shade at the mountain, which is quite pleasant. But nice to have a bit of a hello morning sun. One of the challenges is obviously with running a little later, so there's more traffic. So, a basic fundamental, always run facing the traffic. I've just had a car overtaking another car from that side of the road, and it was basically on my side of the road. So you want to stay far to the right as you can, and also nice bright clothes. That's why I wear these bright Comrades shirts or whatever shirt that I've got from my runs previously. Nice and lumo, so easy to notice. You want to stay safe. It's not going to be so enjoyable if you're squashed flat, and that's our goal, having fun. Hey, how's that? Here comes the sun over the mountain rising. This is just too amazing. What an epic run. It's just beautiful. I've run lots and lots of marathons, and the running easy approach has helped a lot, because it's basically meant that after I don't know how many ultras, 11 Comrades, 10 two Asians, lots of other ultras, marathons, never had an injury. But there's always been one problem. It's fueling. Typically I'm okay for a marathon. Around about the 30-kilometer mark, everything falls apart. And I really battled with that. But literally in the last couple of marathons, we've figured out an approach that really works for us. And marathon number 8, previous one to this one, felt so good. That was the one where we tried to mirror everyone who was running the amazing 90-kilometer Comrades back in Durban. We tried to do our own little clone type run here. And we ended up, well, that one running 70 kilometers. And I still felt good. I don't think I ran out of fuel. But there was a routine. And the routine is divided into 30 minutes. And the first is at the top of the hour, we have one of these High Five energy gel aquas. I really like them. They're much more watery, they're easy to put down, and so we have that. The bottom of the hour, I'll show you what we have later. So having this first, and obviously any gel, even though the aquas are quite liquid, was chased down with some water. And I've got an electrolyte drink, which is actually quite nice because it's a little bit salty. It removes the sweetness. So that's top of the hour gels. Energized and ready to go again. I think I was a bit casual about some of the things I used to do with my fueling. You know, I can just do it. It's just not worth it. Your body's like this car, this engine. It's got to stay fueled. And the problem is everything falls apart if you stop fueling. And so you got to fuel early, have a routine, stick to it, test it. And so we now are entering Betty's Bay. We're continuing along this beautiful Clarence Drive. Why is this such an epic route? We've got the mountain on this side of you, and we'll look at the sea on the way back. We can see both at any stage. I mean, look, who wouldn't want to run such a spot? It's amazing. And so this is beautiful Betty's Bay, between mountain and sea, home to the penguins, the stunning Harold Porter Gardens, long, white, beautiful Silver Sands Beach. And you get to run here, and not only run here, run through. It's 10 kilometers essentially as we come here now into Betty's Bay, and we're still on the same Clarence Drive. And essentially, once you leave Kleinmond from the main road, it becomes Clarence, and it's just one road for about 15 kilometers. Just one road of beauty. Yeah, we've got to 1 hour 30 and it's now time for our next snack break. What I discovered in my big test in the last couple of marathons, which came to its fruition really in that big 70-kilometer last month, again testing it again, is this 30-minute window of fueling. Top of the hour, I'm having my gel. We're going to switch it out later for a Powerade. In the bottom of the hour, something tasty. There we go. Lovely sandwich. I enjoy a Marmite sandwich because it's got a saltiness to it, but something solid that you can eat. Potatoes are good if you're going to make those. Again, you got to test it on your actual training. This has been my training. Running these marathons, best rate of testing. So one of these every hour, bottom of the hour, and that's my fuel now for the next 30 minutes. Nicely fueled, and we're coming past two of my favorite spots here in Betty's Bay. Firstly, lovely, tasty, delicious coffee on Clarence. They're just waking up there. And then next door, one of the best places to eat. Absolutely stunning food, Cordon and Cuff. I'll have to come back there later. Always good for delicious breakfast there. Okay, well, we fueled. We got to keep on going that way. Still running along Clarence. Another beautiful scenic spot just about to come up as we continue our route along here. And this is another one of the beautiful gems of Betty's Bay, the Harold Porter National Botanic Gardens. If you haven't been here, you want to come and check it out. It's so stunning. You see everything here. An incredible fynbos walks up those mountains and stunning secret waterfalls. What's the problem with this run? There's too many things to look at. Oh, this is also cool. How's that? It's the beautiful David's Kraal River now we're crossing. Sun's just peeking through there behind the mountains. This is the problem. You've got to make sure you've got time for the scenery. That's what our approach is about. We're not chasing any time, just chasing a fun time. Running within yourself, running easy, and just soaking it up. And there's lots to soak up on this marathon route. But yeah, we're getting nice sweeping views of the ocean, and there in the distance we've got Stony Point. That's where the penguins live. We're getting close to our turning point now, almost popping out the other side of Betty's Bay. There in the distance are the mountains and Pringle Bay, but we're going to turn just before that. Right over there in the distance is the famous Hangklip Mountain. This marathon is called the Hangklip Marathon because the Hangklip Club comes from there over at Pringle Bay. Although I want to suggest another name. I've mentioned this in a previous Marathon a Month series running this route. This is really the Whale Coast Marathon. It's just, or the beautiful marathon, if you want to call it that. So this is our Hangklip Marathon. Just up ahead, it's going to be my turn point. Well, that's 20 kilometers along Clarence Drive, and we're about to do our first turn into Porter. And this is basically the turnaround to start heading back. So there's a couple of loops, I know, when we back into Kleinmond. But this is our turning point, heading back to Kleinmond, back in the distance. But first, a little run through Betty's Bay, the nice quiet roads with some stunning scenery. So something significant happened between marathon number 8, my big long 70-kilometer one, and this one, number 9, the big aging event. That age where you hit and you can start getting coupons and discounts. Yes! So I got a gift, which is cool. Kids know I like to run. They gave me a gift. Do you know what it is? Come on, look carefully, look carefully. Hey, it's these cool little things. They're so cool. These are bone conducting headphones. They really are cool. I used to run with my AirPods, but this is such a cool thing. What's cool about these is your ears are open. So really good for running on the roads because you can hear the traffic. You can hear everything. But I can also hear my music or my podcast whenever I'm playing. So really, really cool. So that's the gift that's going to keep on giving. This is cool. I've just spotted a surprise up ahead. We literally have just reached the 21 halfway mark, and there's a surprise. Yoo-hoo! This is so cool. The best supporter ever. And here we have it. Hello, Coco. a little grandson. Yay! Yay! Thank you for seeing. Thank you for the cheers. Bye bye, Coco. Too sunny. All right, bye bye. Oh, there's a kissy. Bye bye. See you later. Yay! That was a cool surprise. Halfway mark. Sarah, Cara coming out. Give some support. That was totally unexpected. As I turn around and head back. This is turning to be better and better, more and more fun. Wind our way through beautiful Betty's, and slowly we'll then eventually pop out back onto Clarence Drive, get to enjoy some sea views on the route back. And there we have beautiful Bass Lake. Get to run past a stunning spot. I mean, that's what the run is about. It's just beautiful spot up the beautiful spot that you run past. We're gonna weave around here, base of the mountain, bit of shade as we enjoy the run back. Very tempting running past Bass Lake here to have a dip. I've done that on some of my marathon a month challenges. Come back here, little swim. And normally I do it when it's close to the end. Now it's the other way around. So no dip, just observe, keep going. Well, there's something else very exciting that's happened. That whole running approach we call running easy, because it's all about, try easier, don't try harder. It's all about enjoying your run. In fact, my goals with these marathon a month was to be able to run every single one and get to the end, be smiling and happy, and that hasn't always worked. So I had to work at some of my nutrition. But running at a pace where not only am I smiling and happy at the end, but I'm not hurt, I'm not injured. And literally my training has basically been just short little fives. Now, obviously you've got to build yourself up to that. You've got to have a program. And we developed that years ago. We've shared it with thousands of people. We've got courses online how to do it. But for us, the proof is, myself and Nikki who do this, we are not Olympic athletes. The running program is designed by Olympic athletes. Good for them. I don't want a running program designed by Olympic athletes. I want one that's designed by a normal, ordinary person. And as a normal, ordinary person, we've managed to do so many incredible things, from ultras to marathons. And here is the proof that it works. 20, maybe it's even 30 years later now. Still running, still loving it, still not injured, still healthy. And that's what's so exciting. And here's the exciting part. We have now, for the first time, built an app that coaches people on how to take this approach. And in fact, it's got training programs for this particular marathon. You can pick your marathon. It will help you learn how to run in a running easing approach. So if you are interested in running your first 5 kilometer, having never done anything, your first 10, your first half marathon, your first marathon, your first 2 oceans, your first Comrades, this will help you do it. But it's going to do it in a different approach. If you're interested in a personal best, this is not for you. We don't do PBs, we do PRs, or maybe PEs actually. Personal enjoyment. Well, that's enough about those sort of things. So many exciting things happening on this run. But we're at that 25 kilometer mark. We've got a bit of business to go. Often that business starts at the 30 kilometer, as I found in my previous runs. But if you fueled correctly, now at the 26 kilometer mark, we are back on Clarence Drive again. And we're going to have this road now basically all the way into Kleinmond, and then some sneaky little loops. And it'll take us back to the end eventually. Don't believe it, don't believe it. It's not the journey's end, but it's nearly the 30 kilometer mark. So we are making some good progress. I said this run is just so amazingly beautiful. And now we get to enjoy the sea views on the way back. Between mountain and sea, it's just crazy. The problem is swivel head. Look at the mountain, look at the sea. Either way, it's just beautiful. Well, that's farewell to Betty's Bay, and now we're on the last bit now of Clarence Drive, which will bring us down to Polmont River, then up into Kleinmond. And we're back at the beautiful Polmont River again. Just drop down to here, which is absolutely amazing. And we're going to make our way just up this hill, and we're going to be back in Kleinmond and some fun little loops towards the end. Well, from the river down there, the little climb up the hill here. So what do you do on a little climb? You walk. So we'll enjoy a little walk up to the top there, and we'll take off again. We've now turned off of Clarence Drive, and we're going to do a little bit of a different route now. We're going to make our way down the quiet roads of Kleinmond towards the sea. My only trick at the moment is trying to find my way. There's a few twists and turns here. Obviously on race day that'll be easy. I'm phoning my son back home. You can see the route. So he's told me I've got to go up and turn right and turn left. So that's part of the adventure. When you're on your own runs, you've got to just figure it out for yourself. Here's another one of my favorite spots. It's one of my favorite coffee spots here in Kleinmond. It's lovely running through the beautiful and quiet suburb now of Kleinmond. And now we've arrived at Beach Road, which means you're going to get some more outfills of views. So that's the challenge, and to be able to keep running to get to the end and not being too distracted with looking at the amazing scenery. It's such a beautiful run and such diversity as well. We're about to leave the beach now, with a stunning view, and curve our way back up towards the end. Well, it's all coming to an end rather soon. Now, sort of headed up from the beach, heading up towards the mountains again. A climb, not much. And as you know what you do on a climb, not far to go, literally like just over a kilometre. And then we're going to turn left and head back. Wow, it's all happening. We just about have it. That is it. 42.2. It's done. We're all the cheering crowds. Well, they're not here. That's what happens when you do it by yourself. You finish, and it's over. But smile, and I'm feeling really good. That was just absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to coming back in October to do this as the first ever Hangklip Marathon. Well worth it. It's just beauty from mountains to sea. And so glad that we are running easy.